Hello everyone, it's Holcee and welcome back to my channel. So today I am talking about skincare and the top 6 skincare mistakes that you might be making. Now obviously I am not a dermatologist, I'm just a regular person, and all of these tips and advice are based on my own personal research and my own personal experiences. And if you're not sure about anything, I definitely recommend that you do your own research. You read studies, journal articles, internet articles, like reviews, advice from other people, and just go ahead and do as much research as you can, because that is the best way that you're going to get the best results for your personal skin. Not listening to like my personal advice, but going out and doing research and see what works for you personally. So with that said, let's get on to tip number 1. So tip number 1 kind of relates to sort of like not doing your research. What I've found is that a lot of teen magazines, teen Snapchat stories, websites, a lot of like things targeted towards young people will advertise putting products on your face that are not meant for your face. Like for example, DIY avocado masks, oatmeal masks, baking soda, lemon, putting household ingredients on your skin. And what's really dangerous about that is these things are not meant to go on your skin. Like if you pour lemon juice on your skin, that's not a good thing. Just because some magazine told you to do it, that doesn't mean you should do it. I feel like a lot of people are really concerned about natural skincare and they want to put natural products on their face. They want to like use plants and use food, and that's great. It's great that you want to like use natural products, but the thing is, when you have the choice between a mask that is specifically developed to help your skin with actual chemicals that's actually it's developed for your skin on purpose, compared to an avocado which is meant for eating, I feel like you should definitely go towards the real mask, just because chemicals are not that dangerous. Like parabens are not that dangerous. These things are specifically developed to go on your face, and like they're definitely going to do a lot more. You're going to see a lot more results from real skincare than you're going to see from putting porridge on your face. Like a lot of these things are not, they don't actually do anything. So before you start mashing up avocados and putting all these random kitchen things on your face, I would definitely do research on the ingredients and what they will do to your skin. Like I'm not saying they're all bad, I'm just saying that you've got to do research on what they're actually going to do, because I feel like a lot of magazines just make things up. So my second tip is also related to ingredients. So I know that reading the back of packets is not fun. I know no one wants to read the tiny font and look at the confusing long words and like try and work out what they mean and research every single thing. Like I understand it's not a fun job. So what I do is I set up a spreadsheet that has all of the information that I might need about a product, like the product name, the brand name, the ingredients, and how my skin reacted to it. Like did it go red? Did it start burning? Was I irritated? Was it red? Was I uncomfortable? Did it improve my skin? Did it make it look worse? Like what did it do? That's the most important thing. So if you react badly to a product, you want to look at the ingredients and try and work out what ingredient was the cause. And basically the more products you use, the greater understanding you'll have of what ingredients your skin likes and what ingredients your skin doesn't like. And you can sort of look for patterns in this spreadsheet. You can use Control F to find certain ingredients, like for example maybe alcohol makes your skin really inflamed, but you wouldn't know this unless you actually read the ingredients on the back and wrote them down and compared them to other products. Like for example, maybe using this spreadsheet you will find out that toners that have alcohol make your skin go berserk, but toners that don't have alcohol you're fine with. So it's a really good way to isolate ingredients and work out what your skin likes and what your skin doesn't like. So once you find out that alcohol irritates your skin in this example, you'll know not to buy toners with alcohol in them anymore. And it's basically a good way to save money, because if you know what ingredients your skin doesn't like, then don't buy those products. It's very simple. Like it sounds difficult, but once you get started, it's very, very easy. One thing that a lot of people do is they get a new face product, let's say a face wash, and they put it all over their face. And that's fine, you know, it's fine if it works. That means you've got a nice clean face. But the problem is if it doesn't work, you're gonna have a red face. You're going to have an irritated face, you're going to get pimples everywhere, and you're going to be really uncomfortable. So the way to avoid this is by patch testing. So patch testing is very, very easy. It's sort of similar to what you do when you dye your hair. So all you do is you take a simple area of your skin and you apply the product in that area and you just rub it in, and if it's irritating, if it's burning, if it feels bad, then you know, don't use that product on your face. So if you have really sensitive skin, a lot of people recommend doing it on your arm first, and if there's no problems, moving on to your neck, and if there's no problems, moving on to a certain place of your skin, like for example, maybe a little square here, or maybe your forehead, or maybe your nose, or whatever you want to do. For me personally, I have more resilient skin, so I don't really test products on my arm. I feel like that's unnecessary for me personally, because products for me take a really long time to work. I often don't see results, which means it sort of works in both ways, which means I don't get irritated from products. That means products usually work for me, or they usually don't irritate my skin. So that's good, like it's a good thing. But on the downside, it means if I try a new cleanser, I might not see results. I might never see results, like it might not make an impact on my skin. So yeah, that is the downside. But anyway, what was I saying? So for me personally, because my skin is more resilient, I sort of skip the arm and I skip the neck and I move straight onto my face, but I don't put it everywhere. I normally start with my forehead first, and I just use like one particular product on my forehead, and then I'll use my old product on the rest of my face. So I sort of isolate the area. So I usually test the product on one part of my face for 1 week. And if there's no problems, if like my forehead is just the same as it was before, I think great, it's passed the test. So then I move on to another area of my face. Like for example, I often get pimples around my nose, around this area here. So what I'll do is I'll use it on my nose only. So I'll avoid my cheek and I'll avoid my chin, and I'll just avoid this area, and I'll sort of isolate the product on my nose. So the reason I do it in 2 areas of my face is because my forehead is usually pretty good. I normally don't get that many pimples on my forehead, but on my nose, I generally get a few more. So my nose is definitely a little bit more acne prone. So if I pass the nose test, if it's been 1 week and there's been no problems, that means it's good. It's a great product. I can continue to use it on the rest of my face, and I know there probably won't be a problem. So with patch testing, you do have to be very aware that a certain area of your face might break out, but a certain area of your face might not. So again, this sort of highlights the importance of testing it on 2 different areas of your face, one that's more acne prone and one that's less acne prone. But that being said, there are more issues to worry about than acne. Like it could also, you know, it could give you whiteheads, it could give you blackheads, it could burn, it could be irritating, it could hurt, it could make you more sensitive to the sun. There's lots of things that could happen, which is why it's really, really important to monitor your skin and sort of work out what works for you personally. Sort of leading on from that, I have tip number 4, which is daily photos. So for me, I've been taking photos of my face every day since I was maybe 15 or 16, I can't really remember, but it has been a few years now, and it has been incredibly interesting to watch my face change. Like the reason I do this is to monitor my skin, so I can see how long a pimple takes to go away. Like did it take months to go away, or did it go away in like 2 days? Track my redness, just track my wrinkles, track my pimples, just track what areas of my face need the most attention. I've got hundreds of photos, which means my camera roll looks something like this. The reason I do this is just to track my skin and just see what changes and see what hasn't changed. So by observing these photos, I can see that my skin has gotten a lot better, which means I can see what products are helping my skin and what products are not helping my skin. Like obviously you can just look in the mirror and say, my skin looks better today. But when you track it over a long period of time, your results are more accurate and you can see like exactly what your skin is doing and exactly what products impact it. So for tip number 5, what a lot of people do is they think that the only things that impact their skin are the skincare products you use and your diet, when this is not true. There's actually so many other things that impact your skin. For example, hormones, stress, your pillowcase, drinking water, and lots of other factors. So today I wanted to focus on the pillowcase issue. So experts recommend that you change your pillowcase every 3 days. But for me personally, what I do, I'm gonna demonstrate with this book, is I will sleep with my pillowcase, with my head on this side of the pillowcase, and then in the morning, I'll flip it over, whoop, like this, and then I'll sleep on this side of the pillowcase. So every night I do have a fresh place to sleep. And because I have 4 pillows on my bed in total, which means 2 of them are for sleeping, and then 2 of them are just decorative. How do you do this? Is that like a Star Wars thing? Or maybe Star Trek? I don't know. Obviously, I know my films. So what I'll do is I'll take the other one on the other side and I'll sleep on this one, and then I'll flip over again and sleep on that one. So basically, I have 4 nights of a fresh, beautiful pillowcase, and after that, I will put them in the wash and I will start all over again. So basically, having a fresh pillowcase is really, really important, and it's a big mistake that people make. People forget about their pillowcase. Some people sleep on the same side of their pillowcase for like 1 week or more, which is a bit gross. So when you sleep on your pillowcase, that means all of the gunk sits on the pillow. And like the next day you just lie in the gunk all over again. This is really important if you're one of those people who doesn't remove their makeup before bed and you're just sleeping on old makeup, which is a bit gross. So maybe don't do that. So a big skincare mistake that people make is they think that what works for one person is going to work for everyone. So an important saying in skincare is your mileage may vary, which means everyone experiences results on different levels. Like for example, for you, giving up milk might mean that your skin is magically cured forever. But for your friends, giving up milk might do nothing. For me personally, I've tried so many things to help my skin that other people have recommended to me, that other people said they work for them. So examples include not washing your face, washing your face 3 times a day, wearing a lot of sun cream, not wearing any sun cream, going vegan, going vegetarian, not eating meat, not drinking milk, not eating sweets, not eating junk food, not eating processed food. There's a lot of things that I have tried that just did not work for me. So you have to be very careful when you try these things because it might not necessarily work for you. And before starting a new diet, it is really important that you do speak to your doctor, especially when things like giving up meat, because for some people it's fine, they don't have any problems. But for other people, when you give up meat, it's even if you really, really want to give up meat, your body might not be able to handle it, and you might start fainting, and you might start like falling asleep in class, and you might not be able to concentrate. And some people do have very, very low iron levels, which means when they give up meat, their body just goes completely insane. So before you do something drastic like that, even though it might help your skin, know that it might not help your skin. And also make sure to do talk to a doctor before you start any kind of like major diet changes. With that being said, drinking water and eating healthy, just because it might not help your skin, it's good for you generally anyway. So like you might as well try. And if it doesn't work, that's fine, because you're still being healthy. You know what I mean? Like these things, like drinking 2 liters of water every day, even if they don't help your skin, they're still good things. Like you might as well give it a shot. So basically, to summarize, the biggest skincare mistakes that people make are blindly following magazines' advice, not patch testing, not keeping a spreadsheet, not keeping a record of their skin changes, you know, taking daily photos, and they don't recognize that everyone's skin is different and certain things might not work for your skin. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what is a major skincare mistake that you made, or that you just realized you're making, or that you've seen a lot of other people make. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye! Before I forget, I do also have a second channel, Holcee Vlogs, and I do also have a blog. It's holcee.wordpress.com, where I talk about a lot of skincare related stuff, a lot of product reviews, especially about Korean and Japanese products, because that is like my main focus at the moment. But I do also talk about Western products and makeup and like general lifestyle things. So if you want to check that out, that would be great. Okay, that's it. I'm finished. Bye.